Hey everyone, I wanted to touch on some highlights of this drone that I had just purchased for my grandson's birthday. I wanted something that was easy to use, sophisticated enough to take him to more advanced flying down the line, yet I wanted something, again, very stable and predictable. I had to stay away from some of the fancier ones that I have here that I race with and give him something that he could begin with and then move up into a higher level. So this is the DEERC, and it's the DE22Pro, which is the newest of the models. And what's unique about it is, and I'm going to show you in a minute, it has a camera, a 4K camera that can capture in 30 frames per second, and it's a 2-axis gimbal. And what the gimbal is, and let me show you that. First, let me just show you the inside of the case. The case is great. It holds a controller, holds a spare battery, which it comes with, a second battery, which is nice. Before I forget, that will give you, between the two of them, over 50 minutes of flight time. I used one battery yesterday, did all what I wanted to with some videoing and testing. I still had a lot of power left. I still had over half the power left. So the drone just pops out like that. Let me put the case aside, and then I can show you about that gimbal. So it opens up, basically, pop the top ones out first, and then pop the bottom ones out second. And to place the battery on, all you do is hold the two clips in, and it snaps. You'll hear it. It's a very solid connection, so you don't have to worry about the battery popping out, and you start it by holding the button. So it comes with basically a protector. It's a gimbal protector, so that if it's moving, you don't ruin it. And all you do is on the bottom, just pull it off, slide it out. Same thing, you put it in, snap it up, and it protects the gimbal. But what this gimbal is, here's your camera. It means if you're flying and you're turning, the camera stays very steady. It's almost as if it's a tripod in the sky. So I don't want to go into too many of the features, but I do want to highlight some of the things that will make it worth buying. And at the end, I'm going to show some photos that I took from the sky and a little video just so you have it. But you can find others out there if you want to see more detail on that. So it comes with a free app, and you download it by scanning a little barcode in the manual. And it's a program. It's hard to see from here, but let me just tell you a little bit about it. What you can do with this: first, it's got a GPS, meaning it's being positioned and telling you exactly where it is by the satellites that are in the sky, and that gives it amazing stability and a lot of protection. Say, for example, you flew outside your range, or you lost a video, or even if the controller stopped working, it will recognize that. It will automatically return to home at a set height that you can set in here, along with other settings like how far you want to limit the distance. So if you're using it, or your children are using it, and you don't want them to go past 200 feet, you set a limit at 200 feet. You don't want it to go higher than 100 feet. Set that. So they can't go outside those walls. But say, for example, like I was mentioning, you lose the controller. What happens is it goes into a return home mode. So it will raise up to the altitude, fly back to where you are, and it will do one of two things. It will allow you to reconnect, or it will end up landing basically where it took off, which is great. So on here you've got, and I know I'm stepping ahead a little bit, but I just wanted to touch on the highlights that makes this more exciting. You got the GPS, gives it super stability. You've got on your controller, you've got, and I'm just turning on so I can show you, you got 3 modes of flying. Normal, which is what it comes on. You got camera mode, I think it's called camera mode, and that is, even if you try to go as fast as you can, it just creeps along. So it makes it very stable for doing videos. And then you got sport mode, and that turns it into a little bit more of a fun drone if you just don't care so much about videoing, but you want to play. And it does track in the app. There's so many features in here. It tracks how fast you went, and bottom line, I think it went 30 feet per second. So in miles per hour, that's about 20 miles per hour. Trust me, that's plenty fast. If you want anything faster, you go into my racing drones, go almost 100 miles an hour. So this is a perfect beginner drone, it's a perfect intermediate drone, and it's a nice advanced drone all in one. So whoever gets it can start out not worrying about destroying it and move up from level to level. But in here, and this is where I'm going to take you between the two of them a little bit, just so down the line you know. You're going to do what they call a compass calibration. Once this is turned on, once this is connected to your, basically your app connects to your drone, and then the drone connects to the controller, it's going to flash, and when it goes solid, meaning it's ready for flight, you're going to want to do what they call a compass calibration. And basically, you're going to move to the upper left with that one, and the upper right. So you're basically bringing them this way, and then it's going to tell you to take your drone and turn it a couple times, and then it's going to tell you bring it up and turn it this way a couple times. And that's it. That just makes sure that it always knows where it is in relations to north and south, basically. So you can also then go over here, and it does one more calibration, and that's done by itself. You don't have to touch the drone, and you're ready to go. So you can take off by bringing your controllers down and out, and or land the same way. It turns the motors on, and it also raises it up. Or if you want, you have a little mode here, and I'm upside down. You have a mode here. It looks like arrows going up and down, and this is nice for someone that's learning. Basically, I'm ready to go. I touch this, and a little bar is going to come up saying, do you want to take off? You slide it, it's going to take off. And it goes up about 6 feet, and will just sit there waiting for you then to take control of it. And then when you come to land, get in the general area where you want, press that, slide over, and it will do the landing for you. So in the beginning, you don't have to worry about bringing it down too hard or taking off too fast. It does it for you, which is great. And remember, that's on the app, not on the controller. But on the controller, you've got a couple things. You've got your mode switching, and then you also have return to home. If you panic, I don't know where I am, I'm not sure if I'm going forward or backwards, just press that. It's going to come back. When it gets closer, you can press it again and take control of it. So I don't want to go into more than that. I just want you to know some of the features that it has, and now you're happy with it for a few days or a week, and you want to do something a little more fancy. On the app again, you've got this little, well, from here it almost looks like a little checkerboard here. You touch that, and it comes up with 6 different options. And the one option I like is what they call waypoint flying. So once you're connected, once it's on, you can go into your map. You're actually seeing a satellite map of where you are, and it's going to show where your drone is. So say for example, I'm in a big baseball field, and there's a lot of area, and I want to send it over to that corner here, maybe a few more, 4 or 5 waypoints. So all you do is you touch where you want it to go, touch, 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 and then you press go, and it's going to say it's ready to go, and the drone itself, without you touching anything, is going to fly to each one of those points, and at the end of it, it's going to wait for your command or your control. So it's got features. It's got follow me, it's got point of interest, endless. So what I would say in the beginning, just get in the air in an area I'd recommend with no trees, just because trees to me are like magnets. They will draw your drone in, and I don't want to climb anymore. I'm getting too old for that. So bottom line is, fly in a flat, open area, learn it. If you're unsure how to take off or land, use the button on the app to do that for you. But once you're in the air, if you get in a panic, just let go of the controls, and it's going to just stay where it is, and it'll wait for you to get your thoughts back together and take control. So at the end of this, I'm going to do a few attached videos, some photos, and hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I know my grandson's going to enjoy it. Matter of fact, I'm going to fly it a few more times just to be sure. Actually, I really want to just keep flying it, but I think it's great. It's easy to use. The case is great. As long as you put it away when you're done, it's going to last you for many years. And like I said, it comes with 2 batteries. Flight time is amazing. And other than that, it's got brushless motors. You may not know what that is if you're just getting into this, but they're going to be quiet. They're not going to wear out like where you have a brush that is going to wear out at some point. And it's going to last you a long time. So let me just end here. If you have questions, I'll try to answer. I am going to put this on my YouTube channel, and you people that are watching it there, I'm putting it on the site where I purchased it from. So hopefully everything will go well for you, and let me know. Let me know if this helped, and let me know if it works for you if you end up buying it. Wishing you the best. Hang in there for a second. I'll get the videos up. Take care. Bye-bye.